first woman I ever loved was my mama. So of course I want to see her happy.
Walking with Patricia.
That's Thompson if you're nasty. No.
These last 3 years I became addicted to drugs and alcohol and fell off. I had to sit down and talk to her about everything. Is this thing going?
All right.
Doing, Mom?
I'm doing wonderful. It's a beautiful day. I'm here in Illinois with my son Ronald, that I'm so grateful to be here with him.
Okay, now let's get loose a little bit.
Okay.
Here we go. Get straight to it. Last May you was out here. You saw me. Explain, the difference between last May and this May.
Oh, that's a big difference. It was really thrilling. Let me just say that. It's like it was a page that was written out of Michael Jackson, Thriller, because I was really upset with Ronald and what he had allowed to happen. No fault due to himself, but just lifing on him, and it got out of control. I didn't want to sell my house. I really left it for my son because I always wanted him to have a place to stay, and he was able to do that. But unfortunately, it pivoted. It took a deep turn, a dark, deep turn, and I had to sell the house, and it hurt me, but that what was needed for Ron to understand that, get some help. Help is well needed. You can't see it. Everybody else see it, but you. And I'm long distance from you, but your dad, thank God for your dad. He definitely came to your rescue to try to help you find resources, and he did. But the most important part was when Ronald was left homeless. Let me just say that. Really nowhere to live. Different places wasn't safe for him. Then I just asked him one day because he would call me. He'd be in pain, but he didn't understand that he could get out. And I'm like, Ron, please, I pray for him constantly, and please, Ron, please. And one day my life changed. I asked him one question to my son. I said, son, are you ready to get help? And his reply was, yes. I cried because that's all I wanted to hear as a mother. The pain was unbearable to see your only child out in this world, and I'm long distance from him. So I wasn't there. Not saying it would have made a difference, but I would have been there. Hopefully it would have. But he did agree, and I was in awe, and I was so joyful. And I'm like, God is always good. And then on his dead birthday, he committed. We didn't believe him because you can't believe until you see. Seeing is believing. And I called him that day. He said, yeah, Mom, I'm going to do it. So this is what happened. His dad said, okay, I'm not going to take him. I'm going to let him drive himself because that would tell me whether or not he's serious. And he did. He did it. He got in the car and he said, Dad, I'm going to meet you there. And his dad said, okay. Well, dad gave him some little bit wrong direction, but he didn't let that be his obstacle. He persevered and he called and he said, Dad, you gave me the wrong instructions. So of course he put it in his system and he met his dad there. And that was the turning point of our lives. That was the turning, but that didn't happen until July though. But May last year, it was not a good Mother's Day for me because I didn't have my son. My son was in the world. But this May, oh my God, I was on a plane. I've been telling everybody because I always tell Ron, tell your story because you don't know who need to hear your story. And just this morning, I was on Facebook and I heard Frank Kirkland's story. He had the same situation, but his was different. But his with his parents. The thing that Ron had on his side, parents. Right, support, family, his parents. Kirk Franklin, on the other hand, said his mother left him, never came back for him. The only thing his dad ever did for him was give him a haircut. And that was painful. Even though he might have had his own issue, but Ronald's issue was different. He had loving parents. He had a loving family. Everybody rooting for him. Everybody said, come on, Ron. Ron had the world in his hand, but sometimes, you know what? You can get something too soon.